Hey Capricorns, welcome to December 2018. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. And if not, we'll see what's going on. Okay, so last month Capricorn was an 11 month in the 11th year. So what November 2018 was showing us, it was actually giving us kind of a little preview of how fast we are manifesting and how fast we've manifested all this year, okay? So 2018 is that 11 year, and last month, so for instance, you're thinking about something, you're talking about it, you're feeling it, and then you're seeing it almost instantly coming in to your awareness, okay? And what that is, it's kind of like universe saying, yeah, this stuff works. What you think about, you're creating. So 11 November was able to show us that doorway. We were able to kind of peer through and say, yeah, well, our thoughts create things. And now going forward, we're going to own that. We're going to say, based on November 2018, I now understand that it's true that I'm manifesting based on what I'm thinking about. And now I can use that energy going forward. So make sure that your thoughts are pure. Make sure that your thoughts are positive. If you find that you are having negative thoughts, just cancel them out. You know, just literally switch it around. What was I just watching? Louise Hay, she was saying, perfect analogy. So she was saying in our subconscious, we have different file folders, okay? And when we were born, especially like with our parents, they'll insert files into our file folders, okay? So we have, for instance, we skin our knees and we cry as a child, and our parents say, don't cry, be brave. So we connect, say, feeling emotions, crying equals not being brave, equals lack of courage. And we put that on our filing cabinet, okay? Now that we've gotten older and we're in the age of Aquarius and we have this new understanding of manifestation and the law of attraction, we're now saying, okay, we hurt ourselves either mentally or either physically or emotionally. We hurt ourselves and we want to cry, but we remember in our file cabinet that crying is weakness, crying is not courage, crying is not being brave, so we don't cry. But to change that out and say, no, crying is strong, crying is a symbol of strength and incredible courage, especially to cry in front of people. That's incredibly courageous, right? Especially if you're male. So now doubt comes in and says, hey, wait, crying does not equal courage. Remember, it's in the filing cabinet that it says crying is not courageous. So we need to cancel that out by saying, nope, doubt, don't listen. I really am completely changing around what was in the filing cabinet. I'm taking that out and I'm replacing that with an updated understanding. So we'll take a little bit to transfer out your old files, but keep doing it. Keep doing it. Even if you want to use that visual to say, okay, yes, I understand that I want to cry right now in front of all these people, and that actually does show a level of courage. So let me recreate that energy. Let me swap out that file. You only have to do it a couple times, 3-4 times, and then you'll start to see some shifts, okay? What else? 2 cards popped out, Capricorn. We have the 5 of Wands, which is all about conflict, okay? So a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting involving at least 4 people, if not 5, unless you're the 5th. A lot of confusion. A lot of confusion. Ego is involved as well. Ego is hugely involved, which is going to be difficult. Your reputation is going to take a hit when it comes to this as well. Like, it's one of the reasons why this conflict involving at least 4 people is going on. And it's because of the reputation that you've been putting out there, that image you've been putting out there, your public image. And that's based on how you feel on the inside. So if you find that your public image, these 4 people are not looking at you in the light that you would want them to look at you, you need to go inward and be like, okay, how do I view myself? Why on earth would I ever expect somebody in my life to think that I'm courageous if I can't even own that energy myself, if I don't think I'm brave, if I think it's weak to show emotion, okay? So use these people in this conflict as a way to figure out how you've been feeling on the inside, especially if you're not very self-aware, which there's no problem with that. It's self-awareness is a journey. That's not just something you wake up with. right? Like that's something and that's a hard journey. So look at the people in your life. How do people view you? Do you have, and ask, be honest, ask your partner. So husband, you think I'm selfish? Well, that's funny because I think I'm selfish. So thank you for acknowledging that. Now I can own the fact that I think that I'm selfish, and I can actively work on changing that. If I'm not happy with that personality trait, I can actively work on changing that by saying, yeah, I have been selfish in the past, but now I am selfless, and then start doing actions that show that selflessness. Okay, so that seems to be all the cards that are popping out for Capricorn for December 2018. That conflict involving at least 4, if not 5 people. Ego 100% involved, a lot of push and pull, a lot of back and forth, and your reputation and your public image is a direct representation of that conflict. So that conflict that comes out December 2018 is how you've been doing on the inside, okay? And maybe that conflict is just something completely outside of yourself. Maybe that conflict is just witnessing a family blow up this holiday season, and you knew that on the inside that your family wasn't doing well, and you didn't do anything to mitigate that before it happened. So now, of course, you're going to start to see it in your physical awareness. Not to say that it's your responsibility, but it's at least your responsibility to say that you have an inner conflict, you have an upset or a dis-ease with the family unit right now, with these 4 or 5 people, maybe even co-workers. And the changes that are happening, and you didn't voice that, so now you're going to start to see it physically manifested in your immediate environment. So the theme of this reading, Capricorn, is your reputation. You've been doing very well. You've been really empowering yourself, and that is making people feel uncomfortable. That is making people feel, because a Capricorn in power is a Capricorn living their best life, their most empowered life, and that is making people feel uncomfortable because they're not living up to especially if they're not living up to their sun sign. A single Libra or an Aquarius who's not a humanitarian, or a Pisces who isn't a dreamer in your life, or a Pisces who doesn't have compassion. They're seeing you as a Capricorn really in your power, really in your mountain goat climbing, that goat energy, greatest of all time, really owning it, and it's making them uncomfortable. But you are absolutely doing great, and that is creating some huge shifts in your life because you're on top of the world right now. You are absolutely on top of the world, creating huge shifts, new energy, but there's still that partner that you don't know where it's going. There's still that one situation in your partnership where you can't move forward, okay? You're walking on water, you've uncovered something in a relationship, new feelings. We have 2 water signs here, a young one and an old one, both masculine energy, and feeling like you need to move on emotionally from that in order to just have fun again, in order to just feel like you don't have to sacrifice your emotional abundance and like you have to change your entire frame of mind about what your energy is all about, okay? So that's the theme of the reading, Capricorn. The situation is that you got a lot going on. You're taking on a lot of brunt of the responsibilities right now. If you're feeling it in your back, especially the moon in Capricorns, if you're feeling it in your back, it's because you're not supported. You don't have that support system going on right now, okay? And it's funny because I just had a moon in Capricorn over last night. He's going off about whoever, and well, she should do this. And I'm like, well, did you ask her to do that? Did you ever even just be like, I need help with this, can you help me? No, she should know. Why? Why should she know? Why the hell? If you're doing things and just grunting and why would they know that they're not mind readers? Do you actively look out to other people to be like, okay, that person is mumbling under their breath, maybe I should go do that? No, we all live in our own little bubble of understanding, and we all live in our own little level of awareness. So you can't fault somebody because you're taking on all these responsibilities without asking for help. You need to ask for help. You need to ask for help. As soon as you accept help, the universe will then be like, okay, Capricorn is ready to accept help. So now I'm going to put in situations, people, things, and whatever energy they need to help them more with their responsibilities. But you got to first accept it. So don't ask for help, and then when someone offers it, be like, no. Even if it's small ways that somebody is offering help, hey, Capricorn coworker, I brought you a coffee because I was already there. Thank you. Oh no, instead of saying, oh no, give it to somebody else. accept it, say thank you, look them in the eyes, and then that's your cue. That's you signaling to the universe that you are ready to accept more help in every way, shape, and form, okay? Obstacle and the aid when it comes to your overburden of responsibilities, Capricorn, is that you yourself are pinning yourself down with your own thoughts. You're like, I got to get this done, that done, this done. And you are so suffocated under it. But at the end of the day, Capricorn, you're just doing that as a way to distract you from what's really going on. And that is that you have fear. Because now that you're at this level of productivity and power and empowerment and security, and you got more flow coming in, your fears are starting to come back up. That anxiety of what if I lose it all? What if I drop the ball? What if this? What if that? That's the what ifs come in, and it starts to get very claustrophobic, okay? So it's really just your thoughts that are the obstacle and the aid to all of your responsibilities. If you turn your thoughts around and say, instead of I gotta go grocery shopping. I do this to my daughter all the time because I want her to have a positive understanding. I bring her into a grocery store and I'm like, hey, Phoenix, we're grocery shopping. Look at this entire room of food that we can buy, and we have all of these options. We have all of this opportunity. So instead of being like, oh God, got a grocery shop. Oh my God, there's no food in the house. Be grateful that we literally go into a warehouse-sized room filled with food, and we can just pick anything we want. Like, holy crap, we are so blessed. Like, that's insane. That's amazing. That's a miracle in itself. Not only that, but we have money in our pocket in order to buy that. So instead of grumbling about gotta go to work, there are people dying for a job. There are people who cannot get a job because they're homeless. There are people who cannot get a job because they're addicted. What if you're grumbling because of the holidays? There are people who their Christmas is going to the movie theater by themselves because they don't have a family. If you're grumbling because your daughter doesn't appreciate you, there's somebody who just lost their daughter last month that would love to have their daughter back in their lives to not appreciate them. Really just completely switching over your frame of mind will 100% empower your holiday season in a positive way. And these responsibilities, you'll be so grateful to have them because it means that you're thriving, it means that you're alive, it means that you're growing, and it means that people rely on you, right, Capricorn? Okay, subconsciously, thinking about moving on. Subconsciously, you need to move on emotionally. You need to definitely move on. That's where a lot of that inner conflict with other people are coming in as well, because you're still emotionally in one place instead of letting go and saying, okay, it's time for me to move on. You're thinking that you have a lot of power within your home and family, and you like that. Your emotional home and family is the reason why you're so overburdened with responsibilities. It's because you have a family that you're so overburdened with responsibilities. And it's because of your power within that home and family and your influence in the home and family that you have those responsibilities. Those are two really great reasons to feel overburdened with responsibilities. Those are two excellent reasons, okay? People are viewing you right now as very emotionally immature. And I'm not quite sure why. They're just sort of, I think maybe because you're coming into your Capricorn energy, they're like, well, emotionally, where are you? Where are you at? Because yeah, you're tangibly really taking care of us and you're doing all of those physical things, but emotionally, they're like, they can't tap into you, okay? Family and friends, they're really intimidated by your strength right now. Family and friends are really intimidated by your strength because you're just kind of head to the grind right now and nose to the grind and just doing what you need to do. They feel like they can't come to you in an emotional way. So they're actually kind of afraid a little bit. It's a little bit intimidating. So it might be time, Capricorn, to just to bring down the walls a little bit, okay? Hope and fear, Capricorn, is you want to birth something. You want to birth something. You want to start something new. You want to create something that you can nurture. You hope to do that, but you fear it because you're so overburdened with responsibilities. You got too much on your plate. But as mentioned before, once you start to accept help for these responsibilities, the universe will start to give you other aids, other ways of helping, but you need to start, first of all, asking for help and then accepting it and accepting their level of help. Like not saying, I want you to do the dishes, but then criticizing and saying, well, you didn't wash this properly. Just saying, you know what, it is what it is. Thank you for your help, and moving on. Okay, so the outcome, Capricorn, is you're going to keep recognizing that you have a lot of authority and power within your home and family, especially when it comes to this female water sign. So that's Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And with that power, you're going to be able to give more emotionally because, as mentioned before, right now you're kind of emotionally immature. Like you're not, people are like, you're kind of cold right now. But once you recognize that power that you have, especially with this female water sign, you're going to realize, remember that emotionally giving is more important than all of this physical giving that you've been doing right now. And the way to do that emotional giving, Capricorn, is to let go of some emotions that have been holding you back right now. The emotions that you've been really focused on, especially the three thing, okay? So that's all I have for you, Capricorn. I really hope that you have an amazing holiday season and a happy new year. Right now I have a holiday special out. So for 4 weeks, you can get a card reading, so a card video reading like this, and it will have the energy of your week going forward. And it starts as soon as you want. And it's just for $25. Love you guys so much. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. I will see you in January 2019. I can't wait for 2019. Love you, Capricorns. Bye.